Welcome to Happy on Purpose. I'm Janesse Pearson. Today's guest is someone who understands resilience in a way that can't be learned from a book. Kari Graham Wutzke, is that how you say it?
Yes, you say it.
Has been living with chronic health conditions for over 46 years. She's a health coach, facilitator, and passionate advocate who brings the patient perspective into rooms where decisions are being made. Through TLC Pain Vernon, Kari supports people in learning how to live well, even when their bodies don't cooperate. Because here's the truth. We may not be able to control our health, but we can learn to influence how we respond with intention, courage, and yes, even joy. Kari, I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Now that we finally got ourselves sorted, it was quite the debacle. We had to laugh at our...
We did.
Yes, at the setup. So we're just going to go for it.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it. So you lived with chronic health conditions for over 4 decades. And what has that journey really looked like for you?
So I was 12 when I was hit by a bus and had 3 years of intense chronic pain in my head, which then led to stress and caused me stomach aches. And then I was in 4 car accidents after that.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't think I really comprehended at that time, because I was 12,
Right.
what was happening. It was just go with the flow. And then in turn, I was 20, met my husband, married him, and we had 3 kids. And so life just kept going and going and going. So now that my kids are grown and we've, moved on, I kind of now can sit back and go, I kind of missed childhood, but I think that also has given me the resilience to say, this is life.
Yeah.
Just doing the best I can with what I'm presented with.
Yeah.
And it has been a journey. Some really good highs and some really not so good highs.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I've learned out of the whole experience is can't change it.
Yeah.
So got to go through it the best I can.
Did you, right at 12, like you said, you had pains and stomach. When did that start to escalate? Have you always just sort of felt unwell, or was it after child?
So I think ultimately when my mom was carrying me, she was 18 when she had me. And so I don't think she really took care of herself when she was pregnant with me.
Right.
Because of that, I think I was sickly.
Prone to
leading up to the accident. So I don't think I was extremely healthy, but then the accident happened, and I don't think my parents sent me to a doctor. I think my dad felt bad that it was his fault because he ran a stop sign, and that's when the bus hit us. And so I think he really just said, we'll get through it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I sat and held my head in excruciating pain. I remember crying. I probably had a concussion.
Oh, I would think so.
Right? But they didn't know this was late 70s.
Right. Things are different.
And so, they didn't know.
Yeah.
So that's fine. It is what it is. And then we did a major move, and that caused a lot of grief and anxiety for me, which then that caused my stomach problems. So It was just snowball effect, right? But I never played that I'm sick card. I would go, I don't feel good in the car. I was really nauseous in the car driving, or I would lay down in the back seat. But it was never something that we went, oh, we need to go and deal with this. So I just learned to
that's such a Gen X thing, is just suck it up, buttercup.
Yep.
It was sort of the, life was hard, and that's just the way it was. Parents were trying to work, and they just really didn't have that insight that we have now with
No.
our kids.
No.
Yeah, I can
No.
totally appreciate.
So I think, but in the same hand, that's given me the perseverance to go, okay, today's just a bad day, let's move on.
Yeah, yeah. I do
Right?
sometimes think having all the language for it, there's so many quote unquote diagnoses and labels and things that we can slap on everyone.
Yeah.
And they're good information,
Yep.
but they're not identifiers.
No.
And I think that's always been my biggest thing is we're just humans
Yep.
and things happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I like that perspective because you can't shut down.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
What did you have to grieve along the way, like getting to this place now?
So I think it probably is hitting me more so now that I've got grandchildren,
All right.
is that I'm grieving. I can't spend as much time with them. They don't live here. They live on the coast. So when I'm there, I'm very focused on being as present as possible.
Right.
But there are certain days when it's just like, I gotta go have a nap.
Yeah, it's not time for Nana.
I'm out.
Yeah.
And I feel bad, right? They're very understanding. They don't understand the concept so much that I'm sick. I think with my kids, I had to give everything to my kids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, they don't wait for you.
I had no
Yeah.
choice. Now I'm probably grieving more now because I see it. Whereas with my own kids, I just kind of went through it the best I could.
Right. And they were home here and you had a partner to
Exactly.
help. And I think the travel too, like if you feel comfortable, what are your diagnoses?
So I've been diagnosed with chronic migraines, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, psoriatic arthritis, IBS, a laundry
All of
list.
it. Yeah. The
Just a laundry
stuff.
list.
And they all sort of overlap on each other too.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Probably the most intense for me is the migraines. I
Yeah.
haven't been able to get a good handle on them, so I just kind of get through my days.
Yeah.
Right now I'm in a little bit of a flare, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah. It's always on
Right?
a day you don't want to.
No,
too, right?
no, but
Yeah.
the rest of them, chronic pain, I've had all my life, so I kind of deal with that. It's
Yeah.
just when it's in my head, it gets a little bit more
I
intense.
feel like starting at 12, this is kind of all you've known.
All I've known.
Yeah. So there would be just this is my life.
Yeah.
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 I get that. When someone is newly diagnosed or in a crash, what actually helps? Like not theoretically, but for somebody with ME, what would you say helps you?
So I really am particular about making sure that I pace.
Yeah. Well,
So knowing that I had this interview today, knowing that tonight I have a meeting, I sat on the couch,
Yeah.
I watched my shows, and I wasn't feeling guilty, right?
that's such a big one.
It's a big one. People get really, really, when they've had surgeries or whatever, they get really frustrated with, oh, I've got to sit and rest. Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, you do. You do, right?
We're only human.
Right.
We're not these AI robots.
So I really, really try and listen to my body and say, I'm doing the absolute best I can with what I'm presented right now. And if that means I have to sit on the couch or go have a nap, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, so be it. That's what it is.
Right?
There's a lot of, that's just how it is. This is how it is.
Yeah.
We'll just get on with our day.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only way to handle it.
Yeah.
But how do you personally handle the emotional swings that come up?
So I get frustrated when it's day after day after day.
Yeah.
Right? So what I say is, my husband's pretty funny. I have a term that I use called pity party.
Yeah.
And I'm allowed to go to my pity party And my pity party can be like a barbecue or a birthday party. Go for 3 or 4 hours and do whatever you need to do. Scream, yell, watch a movie, laugh, whatever you need to do at your pity party, do it. Because you're letting your nervous system crash.
Yeah.
Right? And then my husband will go, so, we done? Yes, I'm done now. Right?
That's
then
nice.
Leave my pity party and get back to fighting.
What do you mean by fighting?
Persevering, doing the best I can, giving it up. Okay, let's go. Right? But there are certain times when it's like, I can't fight.
Yeah.
I'm done fighting.
Yeah, surrender.
I need to surrender. A lot of times I will do everything right, take the right medications, drink water, eat properly, blah, blah, blah. And it'll be about 2 p.m. and I'm going, why is my head ready to blow off? And then I look outside and I go, it's the weather. I can't control it. So as soon as I go, okay, it's now a Netflix day, and I give in, okay, I surrender, my body shuts right down, and we're calm. I'm still got the pain, but I'm now surrendering and not fighting.
Yeah.
Right? And
Not
I think that really
pushing.
helps. I'm not pushing. And that really helps your nervous system.
Yeah. There's so much talk right now about nervous system,
Yeah.
and I'm really happy to hear that, because there is so many stress-associated
100%.
diseases, right? So it's nice to have that languaging come a little more forefront.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, it's interesting when healthy people get sick, because that's one of the biggest things they can't do is sit and relax.
Yeah.
Right?
I've said it before.
And a lot of times I think that's why we get like this.
Yes.
Because we pushed and we didn't hear that small voice.
Yeah.
And that small voice was going, hello, slow it down. You need to stop now.
That is such a
Right?
common theme. The analogy that I heard is, first you'll get thrown a pebble,
Yeah.
then a rock,
Yeah.
then a brick,
Yep.
and then I say a bus. Oh, the irony for you.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
like something will make you slow down if you
Exactly.
don't slow down.
And I think what the blessing of having these challenges, and I don't say problems, I say challenges,
Yeah, nice reframe.
is I've become very in tune with my body.
Yeah.
And I'm listening. I'm listening to that still small voice that goes, you know what? You need to sleep.
Yeah, something needs to stop. And we're
Right.
just not, society's not programmed like that. Yeah.
No.
I think that's one of the hardest things too, is feeling like you're not the same
Yep.
as the rest of the world. But for many, that's the blessing in a lot of ways. Is like, I'm not like the rest of the world. I get to live more intentionally.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think you're exactly right. We do have to live in the present,
Yeah.
right? Do I get concerned and worried about, oh, I've got this event on the weekend. Am I going to be able to go? Sure.
Of course, yeah.
Right? But I can't worry and stress about it because I don't know how I'm going to feel that day.
Yeah. And the worry and stress will make it worse.
100%.
Anyways, yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Exactly. What's one mind shift that has changed everything for you? We've kind of talked about, listening to your body and paying attention, but what is like one mind shift that maybe the listeners could take away? What's your process?
So my physiotherapist, who I've had for 17 years, says, I have never seen anybody with chronic pain and chronic health conditions be so positive.
Love it.
And that really is truly what I do. And I think that probably is because I was 12 and don't know any different.
Or you could have, though.
I could have.
I mean, you could have.
I could have.
You could have been the one that saw this as a way to get attention.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different ways that
100%.
people handle.
Yeah. So I just choose to look life to the best of my ability. And so certainly I have my pity party days.
Yep.
I will give you that. But I don't stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I choose to say I am blessed. I have a husband I've been married to for 40 years. I've got 3 amazing kids. I've got 4 grandkids. I've got so much to live for.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I complain?
Mm-hmm.
So I got a little pain. Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
This too shall pass.
It will pass, right? Is it the same when I get up the next day? Probably.
Yeah.
Right? But, do I have ways to manage it? Yeah.
Mm.
So I think my mind shift is really just looking at the positive.
Yeah, gratitude for what you have.
100%.
Yeah.
100% gratitude.
Yeah, for sure. What do people misunderstand the most about chronic illness?
I think, it's interesting that when my healthy friends get sick, they're like, I had a massage therapist. She was a massage therapist and a fitness trainer. And she hurt her shoulder. And so I would come in and she goes, what are we doing today? And I go, oh, we're doing a massage today. There's no way I can do training today.
Right.
And so she would just kind of move along with me. Then she got this shoulder injury and she's like, you do this every day? Like every day. Like every day you get up and you do this? I go, yeah. Every day.
Yeah, dealing with it.
Right? Every day.
I think there is a bit of a taking for granted.
100%.
A pain-free life.
100%. And then when they do get a pain, then they can go, oh, I'm in so much pain. And I'm like,
I know. You don't want to say we're not empathetic, because we are. But, come on, sister.
Hello.
Yeah.
No, so I think that's where they don't, because if they get a cold, they take cold meds, they have a little, day or two of rest, they get on with life.
Yeah.
Right? That doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. I think I've heard this, and this was true for me too, is with people don't understand that although we may not be working in the traditional sense, like I had to give up my career.
Right.
That the resting is not the same
No.
as when, you get a week off work, or you were sick for a bit, but you got delays, but you knew that would end.
Yeah.
That's the invisible chronic illnesses are every stinking day.
Yep.
And we have to understand that sometimes the rest is actually very mentally painful.
Exactly.
Because the mind is going, I would like to do all these things.
Yep.
There's so much that still has to be done. So it's not that we're just resting.
No.
There's an inner battle that tends to crop up.
And I've had that said to me too. I would say, oh my goodness, like when I was working, oh my goodness, I'm so tired. And, oh, I can totally relate. And I'm like, no, this is exhaustion.
Yeah.
Drag my body across the floor, can't move, exhaustion, not, oh, I didn't sleep really good last night.
Yeah.
Tired, right? There's a big difference.
Yes.
And that we are presented with daily.
Yeah.
So we've got to fight our way through that, right?
And some days we're not as patient.
Nope.
Because of the pain, or, you might have a bad day. And I've thought about that when I'm not my best self, and you're out, you're doing something, and maybe you walk by somebody because you're just trying to get out the door, and we're not trying to be snobs.
No.
It's just, yes, hi, how are you? But I really got to get into my car, because for many the sensory overload
100%
is so intense.
100%.
Yeah.
Value Village is horrible for me. No offense to Value Village,
Yeah.
but I go in there and it is sensory overload.
Yeah.
It's lots of smells, it's the bright lights, it's lots of people,
Yes.
it's overwhelming looking at all these clothes, and it shuts my body down instantly.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And a lot of healthy people don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And even that what people would consider self-care. can be problematic.
Oh,
For
100%.
folks living with chronic illness. Even a massage for
Yep.
some. Touch can be
Yep.
very stimulating. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a real party.
No.
So that leads me into the roles that you have played. So when you finally got your head wrapped around, which sounds like it was sort of an ongoing journey from the age of 12, but then things kind of hit a peak. Are you working now outside of the home?
So we moved here in 2008. I got a job in 2009 at London Drugs. Worked there till 2012. Meanwhile, dealing with all of the symptoms. Finally got diagnosed. I had to quit my job, and then I got diagnosed in 2014, and that was the okay. Here we are. Knew I couldn't work. I'm unpredictable because I can go
That's
from
the hardest
feeling
part.
okay
Yeah.
to 2 hours later feeling crushed. So then I saw an ad in the paper for somebody that was having chronic pain groups in town. And so I went. I became his assistant. We started groups for having professionals come in and talk to us.
Wonderful.
And so that was 10 years ago. And that kind of led me into a bunch of volunteer work that I do, all in the realm of helping people. So I'm a coach, I'm a facilitator, I work for Pain BC, I work for UVic, which is University of Victoria Self-Management Program, and I work for Arthritis Canada. Wow. And then I've sat on many, many committees, just giving the patient perspective.
Right. Do you? So what does that look like for you? Like being on the boards? Is that all Zoom and you, or how?
A lot of it has been Zoom, which has been fantastic, especially since COVID.
Yeah.
So that's been fantastic. My current ones are I'm sitting with Health Gateway, which is bringing our online digital records, medical records online. Another one I'm working on is our health data, which is doing the same thing but Canada-wide. I work with Arthritis Society doing advocacy work, but I'm also working with Arthritis Research Canada. And so sitting back, giving our opinions, helping advancement in research, how can
Very
we help?
important.
Yeah, so do I get necessarily paid? Some I do, some are honorariums, but that's not why I do it. I do it because I want to give back.
Yeah.
Right?
And you've dealt with it for so long, and I love that you have the good attitude. It's easy to get swallowed up by these things.
100%.
And especially newly diagnosed, it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
I think after COVID, I would imagine long COVID or long haulers or whatever we're calling them now are probably all included in that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you find a bump up in interest in all of those groups after COVID?
100%.
Yeah. It was a bit of a game changer for a lot of people.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And I think a lot of people need the support, right?
Yeah.
So Arthritis Society is across Canada, and so their support groups are really, really particular. So I run a chronic pain group, for example. So everybody that's there wants to talk about chronic pain, although we all have arthritis, because not everybody who has arthritis has pain. So I find that that's really cool because you're like, these are people across Canada,
right?
And we all get it. Although you might have a totally different diagnosis than me, we all understand living with a chronic health condition.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's more prevalent than people even really understand. I think there's a lot of people that are maybe even in the beginning stages of something, and they're just, it's the denial piece in the beginning.
So I will share this. a lady came to our group last week, my Living Despite group.
Yeah.
And she came in, and she's had chronic pain for years now, single mom, and she just had surgery 8 weeks ago, and only because of her surgery complications has she gone, maybe I have chronic pain.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
So here's the challenge. People aren't even recognizing that it is chronic pain.
Yeah.
Right?
I feel like we hear that word, but yeah. Chronic means daily, pretty much, or consistent.
So technically the medical term is anything longer than 3 months. Okay. So if you've had chronic pain in an issue for over 3 months, you have chronic pain.
Right.
Right? But people don't think of that.
Well, I was going to say, like, you get to a certain age and things start to hurt, right? But there's, again, our generation are very much that's just kind of part of getting older.
Yeah.
It isn't, actually. No. It's not supposed to be.
No.
Yeah.
No. So I think a lot of, it's interesting, 1 in 5 Canadians have chronic pain or chronic health conditions, which therefore means in Vernon, with 50,000 people, give or take, that means we should have 10,000 people dealing with issues.
That's a lot of people.
Okay? I get 20 people at my group in person.
So let's talk about that group so that maybe more people that don't even know that this is an option. Because I think that's how you and I met. Mm-hmm. And then I met Chantel.
Yes.
Through you. I get so my memory is not that great. Long-term memory, awesome. Short-term, not so much.
Not so much.
But how did that all come about? The group, explain what the group is and how it came about.
Okay, so I was doing the in-person groups from 2016 to 2020. 2019, we switched to having them run through Pain BC. Okay. And then 2020, of course, we all know what happened in 2020. So the whole world went. In 2023, I had people, because I run a Facebook group for TLC Pain, and people were saying, are you going to go back to having meetings? Can we have meetings? So I had to go and find somebody that would want to support me, and that's where I came into contact with Chantel, which I had met through the John Rudy Health Resource Center, and we talked, and she said this would be something totally up their alley to support. So we started them up in 2023 again, where we brought in professionals every month talking to us about how they can help us with their chronic pain. And then also in 2023, I went on 2 trips with my best friend. The first one was in May of 2023. And we went to Europe, and we did 5 countries, 8 cities in 13 days with my little carry-on luggage. And what it did to me was really showed me I can do this.
With preparation.
With preparation, and like we went to Versailles, and I was in so much pain. And then we went out to the garden after, and I'm like, we're renting a cart. We're renting a golf cart, and we're driving. I can't walk. So I figured out that we could do things. We had the meetings for a couple years. I did a couple more trips, and I realized, you know what? I'm choosing to live despite my chronic health conditions.
Yep.
And so that got us talking about, okay, how can we change these meetings from just being chronic pain to chronic health conditions?
Right.
And then we changed the name to being Living Despite.
Yeah, I love it.
Because that's really what it is. How can you live your best life despite what you've been thrown, right? So that brought in that. So we do these meetings once a month at the library on the fourth Wednesday of the month, from 1 to 2:30. We bring in professionals, and it is growing.
Is there a cost?
There is no cost. It is free.
It is free at the Vernon Library.
The Vernon Library.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
And I think in the Okanagan room now, yes?
No.
Oh.
We're back to the community room.
Okay, in the community room. Perfect.
Yeah.
So that's something, I mean, I would encourage it. There's such good information there. And also for the caregivers of people
100%.
with chronic
And I think that's the other thing is, one, we need caregivers to acknowledge that they're caregivers.
Good point.
Right? Because my husband goes, well, I'm your husband. I'm like, yeah, but you're also my caregiver.
Yeah,
right?
They have to pick up more of the
So
slack.
they have to do that, but they also need to definitely have support for themselves as caregivers, but also understanding the life of somebody with chronic health conditions.
Because you don't see 90% of a person's day.
No.
You see them out and about when they're around. And this is for anybody, right? Like we put what we put on Facebook, or the little highlight reels, and everything looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then when you peel back the curtain, it's like, the kids are impacted. The husbands and wives are impacted. The grandparents can be impacted.
Exactly.
It's a whole community or familial,
Yeah.
I was going to say disease or problem. That's not the right way to say it. But I think we have to call it what it is. It's a change in lifestyle for a lot of people.
100%. 100%.
And the system is so flooded and so bogged down that I think anytime you can get community support and know that there's peers right in your own town, which, like you say, 10,000 people in Vernon.
Exactly.
And that doesn't even, it gives me goosebumps to think of that number.
Yep.
And then you think, well, each person has parents, or each person
100%.
has family. So, there's...
And it definitely becomes all encompassing when you've got the family involved, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because especially when my kids are here, I'm like, sorry guys, I've got to go to bed. And they all got to pick up the slack.
Yeah. And there's what's hard is when something happens, life is ticking along, everybody's good, people know you one way, something happens. I always say it's like an old school, what records are coming back, but a needle across the record is just, your life just changes. And it's hard for the rest of the family to go, wait, you mean you can't do, an 8-hour drive to Calgary in one stint? Or
exactly,
you can't be doing up past 8 o'clock anymore, or today's a couch day. It really is a hard pivot.
Yeah.
And there's, we talked about it before, there's a grieving for everybody.
There is.
Yeah.
And it's a lot about communication. So if I don't text my husband during the day and go, so by the way, I don't want to tell him that, but if I don't tell him, he comes home thinking I'm good.
Right.
And he looks at me and goes, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Let's just go to bed. He's definitely become very aware, very in tune, very focused. He's amazing. He's so supportive. But I have to be the one to make sure that I tell him what position I'm in, right?
Yeah.
As you know, at a certain Christmas party recently, I had to say, we got to go. I'm done. I'm done. And I was good, and then I was not good. And I felt bad because it was his Christmas party.
Right.
But he knew, it's time.
I will say, though, and it's things that, as a healthy person, I never thought of once until, there wasn't anywhere to really sit.
No.
At that party, we were on hard floors.
Yep.
And, you're trying to look a little cute. Yep. So you got some shoes on that probably wasn't going to be working.
Nope.
And then in the excitement and the preparation, and then you get there and it's loud and people, and you want to participate, and all of a sudden, dang it.
Yeah.
Dang it.
And I don't think, since then, I have recently bought loop earplugs.
Yeah. Those are our savior.
Because I've gone to a couple house parties, and it's just so loud.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I'm like, I don't know, am I 80 years old?
I know.
Right?
That's how it feels. Like, all right, grandma and grandpa.
But I literally can't do it.
Yeah.
Right? And so big parties like that, these are the things that we, normal people don't think about, but we have to think about. I got to bring, do I have my earplugs? Do I have drugs? Can I go out for a little walk to take a breather?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what can I do? You've got to prepare all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And normal people just go, I got my coat, I'm walking out the door,
yeah,
right?
I'll deal with it. Like, whatever I don't have, I'll buy. Like,
no.
How about energy?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting perspective shift. I just watched the new, I think it's called, I can't remember the series, but it's got Eric Dane, and they did one with Jane. Why in my memory the lady with the chimpanzees? So essentially, they're the interviews. Right. It's on Netflix. It's the interviews that they know they're coming up to passing. Yeah. So they'll do one final interview, and it doesn't get aired until they pass. And I've only seen the two, but what really struck me was how dialed down they get, and I mean that in the most lovely way.
Yep.
Like he was saying, and it made me tear up. It's such a good one, that it made him realize what is really important. Yep. He had to get ALS and have his entire body shut down to know that he is worthwhile and that he is enough as is. And I think in some ways that's the gift. Yep. People will say, well, yeah, but you can't have money and purpose. No, I have purpose because I'm alive.
Yep. That's
the switch. Like for me, it intensified my spiritual self and
100%.
my being present in the moment, all of that. And you give up the idea that everything is, always going to be around. And impermanence starts to be a very real thing.
And it's sad that it had to take that.
Totally.
And I think we are blessed.
Yeah.
Because we are so in tune, living in the present, being focused on our bodies, listening to that quiet voice going, are you sure you should be going out?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe you should have a nap? Maybe you should take some, right? Yeah. Really listening to those things. And that makes us the best we can in those situations.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a powerful shift.
It is a powerful shift.
It's tough because not everybody has long-term disability benefits, and getting the little bit from the government isn't usually enough. So some people still have to work through it. Yep. So I appreciate that, but I think in those quiet moments, a shift for me was, I love that you had the timed pity parties in the beginning. I did not. I let it go on and on because I was so confused, and it was so bewildering to me that my body was betraying me.
Yep.
On that
but
level.
I think that you need to also accept that you need to have the bad with the good.
Yes, that's fair.
Right?
I say that about death. You can't know how much you can love until you see how deeply you can grieve.
Exactly. So it's why do we say, oh, I just got to push through and I'm not going to give in to it, right? Give in to it. Be frustrated.
Yeah.
Be angry. Have all the emotions. Just don't stay there.
Yeah.
Right? Because a lot of people can get into the woe is me, why isn't me, this is horrible, life is terrible, go down that depression. And don't get me wrong, clinical depression is a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But you can get into that place where you're so negative that is majorly causing grief to your body.
Yeah.
So allow the negative, allow the acknowledgement. If you have to journal it, whatever you need to do to get it out, get it out. And then find your joy.
Yeah. Whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
It's so simple too, right? I think that's also the other thing is now there is joy in the smallest of places.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, I always considered myself a ridiculous optimist. And that's sort of my nature. I think I came out on that side of things. But when something happens, you realize how easy it is to slip into that despair.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
And to keep that attitude.
Yeah.
All right, well, we've got to be getting close to time here. I mean, we could probably talk forever. But so let's just go over again what you offer here in Vernon for the listeners and how they can get more information.
Okay, so I have a Facebook group called TLC Pain Management /Vernon.
Okay.
Anybody can join that. It is, I'm actually very proud of the people that are in that
It's
group.
a great group.
They're very, very supportive of each other.
Yeah.
You can ask anything, people answer. A lot of times, I'm the admin, but I'll see somebody's post and I'm like, oh, I got to go back and check. And there's already 5 people that have commented,
Answered,
right?
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's so lovely. So you can join TLC Pain. Once a month we have our Living Despite from 1 to 2:30 on the 4th Wednesday of the month. So it's going to change every month, but it is the 4th Wednesday at the Vernon Public Library. And yeah, I guess
Amazing. And even if they forget all that, you can contact Chantel at the John Rudy Health.
At John Rudy Health, yeah, for sure.
Amazing. Well, one last question, and this one might throw you.
Okay.
What does happy on purpose mean when your body doesn't follow your plans?
That gave me shivers. So my dad always, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
He's talking to me.
It's radio. They can't see you crying.
My dad always said, choose to love.
Mm-hmm.
Choose to love. You may not like them during the day. They may frustrate you, but you still choose to love.
Yeah.
So happy on purpose, choose to be happy.
Choices. Intentional.
Really make the choice,
Mm-hmm.
right? You may not feel it, but feelings come and go,
Yeah.
right?
Internal weather.
And it's like I said, acknowledge that you're frustrated, but also choose to be happy. Choose to find your purpose. Choose to find your joy.
Amazing. Kari, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your lived wisdom. And thank you for reminding us that resilience isn't loud. It's just a daily process. You wake up and you start over. We may not get to choose our diagnosis, but we get to choose how we meet our days. If you'd like to connect with Kari, as she said, you can find her at the TLC Pain Vernon on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Janesse Pearson. This is Happy on Purpose. And remember, even in a limited season, you still have influence over how you show up.